What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Young Phillip, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. And before we get started with today's video, make sure y'all click the like button down below, keep it thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button, but make sure y'all click the bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Today's video will be simply titled Top 10 of the Worst Cartoon Characters. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 10, Angelica Pickles, Rugrats. Angelica is a 3-year-old on Rugrats, and she's known for being mean/cruel towards her cousin, Tommy, and his little friends. Not only that, she constantly lies to not just the babies, or lie on the babies, but she lies towards the adults on the show, and she manipulates them too. And I'm surprised that her parents, especially her dad, is not as hard on her as he should be for whenever she do things that a child shouldn't be doing. But it do put a smile on people's face whenever she receives the karma that she's been looking for during that episode. But she's a horrible person that needs therapy. Number 9, Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents. Time to bring out the world's worst babysitter of all time, and that's Icky Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents. She's known for babysitting Timmy Turner, who she physically abuses and mentally abuses almost on a regular daily basis. Or like whenever his parents leaves him and her vicinity or at all times, she does everything bad towards Timmy. And she even dogs her own parents out, which is sad and sickening. And she even does that to her little sister, Tootie, who happens to have feelings for Timmy. Instead of throwing Vicky in the loony bin, throw her underneath the damn jail. That's a much better spot for her. Number 8, Peter Griffin, Family Guy. Talk about old-fashioned values. Peter Griffin is on this list for worst cartoon characters for all the right reasons. He's irresponsible, he's violent, not only towards his wife, but his kids too, or pretty much anyone he comes in contact with. He's one of those fathers that neglect his children's feelings, especially Meg's, and he commits more crimes than the actual criminal. And the fact that he abuses kids just to get a sick kick out of it, I'm surprised he haven't been locked up by now. Peter is bad, but we still got more to go. Number 7, Mordecai from Regular Show. Reason why I say Mordecai is the worst is because he's done a lot of things such as dog Rigby almost all the time. For example, the time Muscle Man and Rigby had fought and he didn't even have his back. Or the time he killed Rigby all because he was taking Margaret to the movies and Mordecai was jealous of that. If that ain't simp behavior and jealous behavior, I don't know what is. But simping over Margaret should be a major crime at this point, because it was getting irritating as the show was progressing. Ugh, like, get it together. Number 6, Eric Cartman from South Park. Time to dive into this one. Eric Cartman is one of the most hated kids on South Park for all the right reasons. From getting on Kyle for being a Jew, to him giving Kyle AIDS and being sexist, earns him a spot on this list. He should not know that the things he do is not okay. And there are severe consequences. And let's not forget about the time he spit in the mouth of a British super nanny because his mom was trying to regain control. And the super nanny one didn't work. And let's not forget how he came to school dressed up like Hitler. If that ain't crazy and delusional, I don't know what it is. But overall, he's not right in the head and he belongs in the mental hospital. Number 5, Caillou from Caillou. Here we are with this one. Caillou is the absolute worst, and he's a 4-year-old who has a big imagination. But don't let that distract you from figuring out why he's the worst, even though it should be obvious. He throws temper tantrums when he doesn't get his way. And also, he is also very rude towards his little sister. Like, ugh. And his parents are even worse. The fact that they are condoning that little fucking behavior that he be pulling off and he don't receive any repercussions for his actions. Yeah. This spoiled brat made that show even worse with his little whining and temper tantrums. But yeah, overall, he's a damn nightmare. Number 4, Roger Smith from American Dad. Roger Smith is an alien who lives in Stan Smith's attic and been part of the Smith family ever since Stan saved him. But moving forward, Roger on American Dad has to be the worst. He's committed countless crimes over the years on the show, from reckless driving to murder and etc. It's very shocking that he haven't been locked up for any crimes he committed, but overall, we almost did, but he's not the worst. But we're close. Number 3, Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob SquarePants. This crustacean crab is on this list for all the right reasons, from barely paying his employees to selling SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents to robbing a dead guy's grave. Like, which one could be worse? Either that or robbing a dead guy's grave. This cheap crab deserves a trip to Bikini Bottom jail, but sentenced to life. And let's not forget how he tried to frame his own fry cook for allegedly stealing the secret ingredient when it was really him all along. I bet in the series finale, Krabs go bankrupt and he loses his job and his place of business. Number 2, Brian Griffin, Family Guy. The old Brian from the earlier seasons were perfect, but when it got to later seasons, Brian has become a complete dirtbag. From him still believing he's a great writer to him still thinking he's a ladies' man, but most of his relationships don't even last long, except the one with Jillian. That lasted longer than his marriage with that girl that had cancer in season 17. And let's not forget the time he tricked Quagmire to getting a ran-down apartment after Quagmire gave him a card for his dentist after an incident with Peter. But Brian got some major screws missing from that head of his. And it's safe to say Brian is the one dog that won't make it to heaven. Before I get to my top 1 pick, here are a few honorable, but in this case, dishonorable mentions. Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Kevin from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Brad Batowski from Kick Batowski. And Daffy Duck, The Looney Tunes Show. Coming in at number 1, Stan Smith, American Dad. I know this list wouldn't feel so complete without adding the main character of American Dad on this list. Stan Smith works for the CIA, but don't let that distract you from the part that he's a terrible father and person. He's constantly berating his son Steve for being geeky, for his geeky behavior, and butting heads with his daughter Haley over political views. And he's a sexist, and he's also shallow. And a list of other things. And let's not forget he evicted his entire neighborhood, all because they were talking bad about him. Everybody gossip about everybody. That's not new. The way he moved, it's like you might have thought he was a dictator or some shit. He needs some of that Tales from the Hood treatment, a trip into the sensory deprivation chamber. I'm still surprised that Francine haven't packed her bags and run for the hills and also look for a divorce lawyer and leave Stan once and for all. If there are any worst cartoon characters I missed out, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. Make sure y'all click the like button down below, give it a thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button, but make sure y'all click the bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Don't forget to add me on my social media at YoungPhilip_00. That's Instagram, Snapchat, Ryan361005, and TikTok at YoungPhilip00. With that being said, I'm out.